Hey, so glad we're here. My name is Christianne. I'm here with my movement this afternoon for the practice of Yin Yoga. This class will be about an hour long, and there is very little that we need for this practice. If you have a yoga mat, you can go ahead and pull that out, place it on the ground. If you don't have a mat, that's okay. You can use a blanket, a towel, just a softer surface so it's not direct contact with the floor. And if you have any props, blocks are great. You can go ahead and grab those. Pillows work as well. They're not necessary, but they are helpful throughout the practice. If you don't have these things, I will help you modify as we move here today. So the practice of Yin Yoga is open to all, right? We don't need any prior yoga or meditation experience to enjoy and partake, in this class here this afternoon. And there's very little rules. We want to be gentle with ourselves as we begin to explore. And today our focus will be balancing our energy systems in our body, the chakras. And there's 7 wheels that run all the way up, and we'll greet mostly grounding here today, our Muladhara chakra. We'll touch on some others as well, just to begin to clear more channels of energy and healing within the body, the mind, and the soul. So, like I said, very little rules. We need very little props. The most important thing is that we remember to breathe. Right? There's very little stress about alignment in Yin Yoga. Right? We're going to just sink into poses slowly and authentically. Within that, breath will support us. And second rule, if you forget to breathe, no judgment. Right? This is a practice. We show up here to learn about both our bodies and our minds and how to unite them, right? To really truly listen. So we find the breath becomes short or stagnant. I'm here to remind us to breathe, and then we keep going. Right? So we'll take a few moments to begin and meet on the mats, our mats, and find our breath, and we'll go from there. We're going to move slowly, and the goal is to be still in these shapes. That's the essence of the Yin Yoga practice. We move around with a lot of Yang energy at times, right? Constantly going physically here to there, mind going as well. So this practice is the balance to our Yang lifestyle. And as we learn to balance, and like I said, this is a practice, right? We'll find more fluidity in our lives. So let's meet on the mat. We'll begin to breathe, and we'll go from there. So you have a few options, to find your breath here today. You can either stay seated in your easy seat Sukhasana, or if you'd like, you have the option to lie down on your mat. I'm going to choose to lie down here to connect with the earth energy, right? To ground and center us as we come into practice, and to also stimulate some of the grounding energy that already exists within us. So find your comfortable seat or lie down. We're going to be here for a few moments. So as we greet these still shapes in the practice, there'll be opportunity to readjust, realign, shake out any of the kinks that we need, but we'll discover through this experience here this afternoon, more quickly we can become still without force. It's where we begin to receive. And I'll explain that more as we begin to move. So allowing ourselves to become still, either seated or lying down. If you're seated, really connect sit bones into the earth. Allow yourself to sit up nice and tall. If you're lying down, rest the entire back body on the earth. Allow your legs to extend all the way out. And your arms can go to your sides, palms facing up. Relaxing the shoulder blades into the earth. And everyone from here, you're going to begin to close down your eyes if you haven't already. Relaxing the space between them. Bring ease to the corners of the eyes. Begin to unhinge the jaw a bit, release any tension there. And if you haven't already, I'm going to begin to ask you to bring your awareness to your breath. So together, finding an inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out the mouth. Let it go. Again, allow yourself to breathe in. Fill the lungs. Exhale, sigh all the way out. Let it go. Let it go. And together once more like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. And now inhaling a bit bigger, expanding the belly, the ribs, and the heart. And then exhaling from the heart, the ribs, and the belly. Try that again. Inhale, begin to fill that belly. Expand the ribs and the heart. Exhale from the heart. Contract the ribs. Let the navel fall toward the spine. Together once more. Breathe a little bit bigger, filling up belly, ribs, heart. Exhale from the heart space. Contract the ribs. Navel to spine, breath out. And then keep going. Slowly here. Perhaps it's the same rhythm that I just set. Perhaps your breath is naturally a little bit longer and deeper, and that's okay. You'll hear my voice throughout this experience, right, reminding us to breathe, so that our awareness lies within the breath and maybe not some of the thoughts that desire to pull us out of this class, but rather staying present to your both body and mind so that we can fully receive the benefits of Yin Yoga. So I'll be still in these shapes, either seated or lying down, for about another minute. And that's your goal here. Remember, this is a practice to balance your breath. What does that mean? Is that the length of the inhale matches the length of the exhale? And keep going with that. Deeper breathing in. And full exhales all the way out. Continue to breathe, again, not waiting for the sound of my voice, but empowering yourself and listening to your breath. That's our baseline here, our anchor, our support system, as we begin to incorporate shapes. We'll awaken sensation within body. Maybe the mind will lean into that sensation. Again, the focus stays on the breath. And we allow the breath to do the work for us, so that things will sort through in our minds. The tension will release within the body. The breath is there for us. So you can take 2 more full cycles here, fully expanding lungs. And deep breathing all the way out. Let it go, let it go. Great job. Let's do that one more time. Big breathing in, fill all the way out. And find a complete exhale, release. And you can keep your eyes closed down, stay with your breath. We'll begin to bring a bit of movement into the body. So if you're lying down, you can wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Roll out wrists and ankles. If you're seated, maybe it's a few shoulder rolls, neck rolls. Small movements here, right? Now awakening physical body, still here in present moment. If you're seated, stay there for just a little bit more. If you chose to lie down, I'm going to ask you to begin to pull your knees in toward your chest. Begin to wrap your arms around your shins, bring the forehead in to kiss the knees, look nice and small. And then roll over to your right side body. And just pause there for a moment. Seated, be still. Deep inhale. And big exhale. One more here. For the inhale, expand your lungs. Big breath. Deep breathing all the way out. Let it go. And if you're lying down, begin to ground through your palm, and we're going to press ourselves up. So we're all seated now. And finding easy seat Sukhasana. Begin to gently blink the eyes open. And sit up nice and tall. And now all rooting through our sit bones. Right, grounding down through the earth energy. Feel that, align with it. We're going to begin to work through all of our energy systems here this afternoon. But it starts with grounding, right? Where are we moving from? And the shapes we'll find today, right, will help us align with the true self, right? Our likes, our desires, our wants, our needs. And again, the breath will support that exploration. So allow yourself to sit up a little bit taller, take a full inhale. Big exhale, soft gaze through the eyes, off the tip of the nose. Do that one more time. Long through the spine, through the crown of the head. And deep breathing all the way out. And then as you inhale, begin to stretch the arms high, reach out through the fingertips up toward the ceiling or sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist over to the right side. So back of your left hand comes to your right knee. Right hand behind your seat, sit up nice and tall, deep breathing in. And then as you exhale, begin to bring your gaze over your back shoulder. Continue to breathe. Full inhale. And deep exhale. One more time. And breathe it all the way out. And then as you inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Full breath in, stretch tall. Exhale, move out to the opposite side. So back of right hand to left knee. Sit up tall, left arm is the second spine. Big exhale, look over your back shoulder. Again, staying rooted through the seat. Grounding deeper into the self. Continue to breathe. Big inhale. And deep exhale. And take one more. Soften your shoulders. And go ahead, breathe all the way out. Then on your breath in, go ahead, rise the arms high just one more time. Stretch the fingertips. And then exhale, you can release your hands out in front of you. Keep your sit bones rooted into the mat. Begin to crawl your hands out, and you can release your head down on the earth. Please don't force, right? Take it slow. If there's a bit of a gap here, right, you can go ahead and use a block or a pillow for support. We'll just be here for a few moments before we greet our next shape in total stillness. So releasing down. Again, sit bones grounding into the earth. And closing your eyes here to begin to tune in. Yes, we did tune in here for this class. And I believe that showing up, right, is the hardest part. It's now maybe that we take the time to ask ourselves, why did we show up? What is it that the practice of yoga, right, provides for you? Maybe we're seeking to grow something here, right? Empower ourselves, nourish ourselves, trust ourselves. Perhaps we showed up to knock down any of the barriers, right, that we've built within ourselves that keep us from reaching what we seek. Right, and grounding here through our seat will power up, right, what we choose to grow. The beautiful thing about earth energy, it also pulls out what is no longer serving us. And the only requirement is that we're present and that we're aligned with our breath for that magic to happen. So we're here for a few more moments. Breathe in. And take a deep exhale out. Let's take two more. Crawl the fingertips a bit further out. And bigger exhale. Great job. One more time. Biggest breath in. Feel your lungs fully expand. Deepest exhale all the way out. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Take a breath in. We'll begin to back out of the shape. Super slow. Use your hands. Take your head off any props that you were using. You can place them to the side. And then from here, sit up nice and tall, and we'll choose how we'd like to make our way into a tabletop position. So that's our hands and our knees. If it's available to you, you can roll out to your hands and knees. If you're not ready for that yet, you can go ahead, swing your legs to the side, bring them back behind you, place our hands beneath our shoulders. Everyone, hands beneath your knees beneath your hips, excuse me. Just take a moment again now to connect with that earth energy, now through our palms. So fingers spreading nice and wide, grounding through the fingertips. Heel the hand, palm out of the hand. Drawing the crown of the head forward in space. Feeling your tailbone lengthen back. Steady yourself here with breath, big inhale. And deep exhale. Take one more. Feel the inhale move through you. And the exhale can surround and support you. And on the next inhale, you'll find cow pose. So begin to tilt your chin high, drop belly, look up. Exhale, round out to your cat pose. Press the earth away. You can gaze up through your inner thighs, lift spine. Two more cycles. Glide heart forward and up on an inhale. Collarbone broadens. Exhale, round it out. Find your cat pose. Chin in toward the chest. Look through the legs. Beautiful. Last one. Deep breathing in. Cow pose. Arms are nice and straight. Palms pressing. Big exhale, round it out. Find cat, create space between each and every vertebrae. Keep lifting. And then we'll all find cow together one more time. Pull your heart forward and up, shoulders back, curl your toes under. And then we'll bring it back to a bent knee, downward facing dog. So ground through your palms, tuck toes, peel the knees off the mat, push your butt way back in space. The arms can be nice and straight here, palms pressing. I'm going to ask you to leave your knees bent, right, so that we're not forcing. Keep it gentle so we can create space through the low back. Drop the head. You have the freedom here to bicycle out your legs a bit if you'd like. Sink one heel down, bend the knee. Move a little bit back and forth. Again, head is heavy toward the earth. Deep breathing in. And a full exhale out. One more time. Full breath. And big exhale. And then as you inhale, I'm going to ask you to bend your knees, lift your heels, look forward, and then walk your feet to your hands on a long breath out. So tiptoeing to the top of the mat slowly. We'll bring our hands to our shins when we arrive. Take a big inhale, lengthen out through your spine. Feel the feet press. And then exhale, fold outward and down. You can bend into the knees, let the belly rest on the thighs. And take two more. Full breath in. Hands can come to the shins. Heart goes forward. Exhale, fold outward and down. Again, knees are soft. Don't lock out the legs. Last one. Biggest breath. Glide the heart forward. Shoulders peel back. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Drop the head down. And now on the inhale, we'll rise. So begin to really ground through your feet, chin to the chest, and come up slow. Let the head rise last. Roll the shoulders back and down. And sweep the arms all the way up. Continue to press with the feet, drawing in earth energy for grounding. And then exhale, pull the prayer through the center of the heart. And then we release our hands to our sides for Tadasana. Right, so this is our solid base here. We're aligning the energy systems within our body, and it starts from the ground up. So stay here in our Tadasana for a few moments, drawing in the earth energy that will nourish our intentions, our bodies, our minds, our souls within it. Remember, the earth energy can also pull out what is perceived perhaps as a barrier, right, within that voyage to true self. We receive, right, most from being still. So our feet will be hip distance apart here. Feet are parallel with the outer edges of the mat. And standing up tall to allow the shoulders to stack over the hips. Navel drawing in toward the spine. Hands releasing to the sides, fingertips reaching down toward the ground. Gaze is lifted. A little bit of space from the chin to the collarbone as the shoulders roll down the back. Continue to pull up on the kneecaps. That's it. Draw the navel a little bit closer to the spine. Now I'll ask you to become still here. Breath supporting you. Great big inhale and lungs expand. Take a full exhale all the way out. Let it go. Deep breathing in. Big breathing out. Keep going. Expand the belly, the ribs, the heart. And then exhale from the heart, the ribs, and the belly. Again, breathing in, expand belly, ribs, heart, Exhale from the heart space, contract the ribs, down to the belly. And then keep going. Right? We've tuned into our own unique rhythms. Again, reminder, my voice here is to help lure us back in if the mind wanders. What we're cultivating here is the empowerment that our breath provides us. It is my wish for you that you breathe so deeply, so fully, that you're existing within your breath, that maybe you don't even hear it. That you can stay still in the shape and begin to become an observer of the thoughts that exist in your mind. The anchor that your breath provides can pull you back if you find yourself drifting away. Remember, this is a practice, and there is no judgment. We'll be here in the shape a bit longer. Take a bigger inhale. Even deeper exhales. Continue to stay grounded through your feet. Big breathing all the way out. You'll go one more time. Take your biggest breath in, stand tall. Deepest exhale, let it go. Let it go. And on a slow inhale, begin to rise the arms all the way up. Stretch out through the fingertips. Pause up at top for a moment. Feel the blood rush down the arms. Bringing more softness, more ease to the shoulders, feet still pressing. Right, grounding in your truth. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Don't worry, we're not here forever. Just continue to breathe. Exhale it all the way out. Great job. One more time. Reach up super tall through the fingertips. Big breath. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips. Forward fold, just like before. Drop the head down. Release the hands to the earth. Take a breath in, lengthen spine. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to set up for our next shape, our ragdoll. Right, so from here, I'm going to ask you to grab opposite elbows. Take a really big bend to the knees like we experienced just a few moments ago. Right, so we want our belly, our ribs, our chest to rest on the thighs. So a dramatic bend to the knees is okay. Right, again, the essence of yin, we want to be passive and receptive. We don't want to force, right, what we believe the deepest expression should look like. We want to do what's right for our own unique bodies here in this present moment. It's not what was in the past or what will be, with consistency and dedication in the future. Right? Honoring today's body, mind, and soul, and we go from there. So bend into the knees, right? Drop the head down. You can offer yourself a little sway back and forth, side to side, before we become still. And your feet are still pressing and supporting here. They haven't moved. And then finding stillness at center, belly on thighs, head dropping down. Heels are pressing, hips are lifting up toward the ceiling or sky. You'll find your breath here. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Again, breathe deeply. Exhale fully. Keep going, fully expanding the belly, ribs,
front and back of the heart. Exhale from the ribs and the heart, the ribs down to the belly. Try that again. Go ahead, expand belly, ribs, heart, soften the shoulders. Exhale from the heart space. Contract the ribs, the belly. And then keep going. Right? Your full breath in. And your full exhale out, smooth and steady. And keep going. Anchoring yourself within your breath. Striving not to latch on to any sensations or maybe resistance that we're feeling in body. But just like our minds, becoming the observer. The practice of yoga asks us, to really pay attention to our lives. What are the thoughts that move through me that create my reality? Are they true? Are they real? Will they elevate my life? Is it creating what I wish to see? We may notice things in the body. That's normal as well. Remember, rule number 2 is no judgment. This is all opportunity here to reset and reframe, to create the abundance we seek and deserve. We'll be here for just a few more moments. Keep going, hips lifting, heels pressing. Belly resting on the thighs. Deep inhales. And big exhales. Let's take 2 more, expand lungs. Breathe it all the way out, maybe fold just a little bit more. One more time, biggest breath. Deepest exhale. And you go ahead, release your elbows if you haven't already. Allow your hands to hit the floor. Sway a little bit back and forth. And then we're going to make our way right into our next shape. So keeping the feet connected to the ground. You're going to begin to heel toe them a little bit further away. So the toes point outward to the edges of the mat, heels inward. And we're going to make our way into Malasana, our squat. So channeling our grounding earth energy here. Hands can come to prayer and begin to push the knees away. If you can't drop all the way down just yet, that's okay. Right, we can be higher up. If you have props, blocks, or pillows, these are great for support in this shape. If you're using them, you can place them beneath your sit bones. All right, so the feet are still grounded, arches of feet lifting. Again, hands coming to prayer. You can even use 2 blocks, 10 pillows. Right? There's sustainability in authenticity. Be yourself and let your breath support your journey. Right. Roll the shoulders back and down, hands come into prayer. Right. Broaden across the collarbone. Begin to close down your eyes once again so we can really tune into feeling. Like I said, very little stress about alignment. We don't care what these shapes look like. The goal is to remain still, to create space for what we're choosing to draw in, that space of intention we found just a few moments ago. Take a big inhale. And deep exhale. Stay open across the heart, expand your lungs.
And breathe all the way out. Keep going, deep breathing in. Great big exhale. Together once more. Great big inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Stay the observer here. The more still we become, the more that we hear. The thoughts within the mind. Noticing where the awareness lies. Have we latched on to one of those thoughts? As our awareness exited this practice, can we lure ourselves back in on that very next cycle of breath? Try. Take a bigger inhale. Deeper exhale. Continue. Push the knees away. Stay open across the heart. Continuing to allow the breath to move through your entire being. Physical body, very important here as well. If we notice any tension or resistance in the hips, that's normal. Instead of trying to force them to open, what happens if we breathe into them? And what do you discover there? And then maybe what releases? And we have about 3 more full cycles of breath here, so stay open across the heart, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Keep going, deep breath. And big exhale. That's it, expand your belly, ribs, and heart space. Exhale from the heart space, the ribs, and down to your belly. Try that once more. Expand belly, ribs, heart. And biggest exhale from your heart. Contract the ribs, down to your belly. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. Deep, deep exhale all the way out. We're going to begin to release this shape. So if you're sitting on any props, you can go ahead and place them to the side. Keep them close by. We may use them later in the experience if needed. And from here, we're actually just going to come to sit. So go ahead, bring your sit bones onto the ground, slow. Right, reconnect the seat with the earth, the ground you supporting you. Extend the legs out. Slowly let yourself feel sensation. Let the blood rush back into the hip. And stay with breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. And then from here, I'm going to ask you to begin to pull both legs in. And we're going to cross them here. So the left, actually, excuse me, the right will go over the left. Right, so your knees will stack and your feet will come to your sides and they'll spin towards you so you can see for a moment. Right, so you can stack here. If this is not available yet, this is our shoelace. That's okay. Right, you can just kind of cross up the legs and you'll sit up nice and tall and stay from here. Again, the most important part is one that we stay with our breath and that we stay connected to the grounding earth energy to help us align, right, and clear all the channels of energy, love, healing within our beings, body, mind, and soul. So we're going to cross up our legs either like this or stack the knees. Sit bones still rooted on the earth. Everyone, you can go ahead, flex into your feet, sit up nice and tall, take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips and forward fold. So you're going to lead with the heart. You may stop here today, that's okay. If it's available without force, you can go a little bit further. You may even be laying on your legs. This shape is wildly different for everyone, and that's okay. Right? Be you. Take a big inhale. And deep exhale. Hands can maybe walk a bit out if that's available. Take a full breath in. Stay open through the heart. Big breathing all the way out. You may be laying on your legs. That's okay. And just take a few breaths in this shape. So great big inhale, soft steady gaze out in front of you. As you exhale, you may choose to close the eyes and feel more. And stay with breath. Big inhales. Big exhales. Expand lungs. Breathe out. Just going to take 3 more here. Big breath. Bigger exhale. Keep the sit bones rooted, soft shoulders. Sigh it all the way out. Last one. Biggest breath. Inhale, fully expand your lungs. Deepest exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. Surrender over your legs. Go ahead, you can begin to walk yourself back into sit tall. Sit bones still rooted. And we're going to uncross the legs and then greet the opposite side. So begin to stretch them out. Just for a moment, release any sensation through hip flexors, maybe a little shake of the legs. And then we're going to thread them the other way. So now right leg beneath the left knee goes on top. One side may feel a little different than the other. That's normal, that's okay. Remember, I'm just an observer of this entire learning experience of both body and mind. The breath will support anything that we find here. So whether it's openness in body, if there's resistance, we come back to breath to move through. Seat stays rooted, sit up nice and tall to begin so we can fully expand lungs on the inhale. And then begin to hinge and fold as you exhale. And we'll go slow. So maybe the fingertips are just grazing the earth. Hands can walk a little further out if it's available without force. Begin to surrender over legs. We'll find breath here. Big inhale. Deep exhale. Keep going. Full breath. Sigh all the way out. Let it go. Lungs expand. Big exhale. Together, one more. Breathe it all the way out. And then keep going. Right? Trusting your breath. The support, the nourishment is provided for you through this whole experience, right? Smooth and steady. Checking in, right? If the breath has become short, if it has become stagnant. Where is the mind? Are we still here? We latched onto a thought, start to run away with the story. Pull yourself back in with your breath. Striving for length in the inhale. Depth in the exhale. We're going to invite in one more full breath in. Feel it. Hear the exhale. Let it go. Sigh it out. And then we'll begin to release. So use hands for support. You can walk yourself back in. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Let's do that once more. Big breath. And sigh it out. And then you can begin to uncross your legs. Extend them long down the length of the mat once again. Just for a moment. Just feel the blood rush back in. Notice any subtle sensations that have awakened in the body. A bit of clarity of mind. These are good things. Stretch the legs out a little bit more. Give a flex of the feet. Deep inhale. Big exhale. Now I'm going to ask you to pull your knees back in toward your chest. Because we're going to lie down once again. So you can go ahead and make your way onto your back body. If you have any props, blocks, or pillows, you can go ahead and grab them. We're going to move into supported bridge pose from here. In this bridge pose, like I just said, supported gives us support in what we're starting to learn about ourselves through this practice, both body and mind, and then moving deeper into a space of trust and our truth. And support is good. So take a moment to just stretch all the way out, point out through the toes, lengthen out through the arms. This will help neutralize our spine before we bend. Stretch. And now as you exhale, begin to draw your knees back in toward the heart space. So pull them in toward the chest, a little flex of the feet. From here, releasing the feet down behind the sit bones. Feet will be about hip distance apart, very similar to your Tadasana. Theme here with our feet, they're really grounding through this earth energy. Feel it. Let it support you. Back body's on the earth to begin, and just a little tuck of the tailbone to feel the very bottom of the spine connect there. Fingertips are reaching out toward the heels. Fine breath, big inhale. Deep exhale. I'm going to ask you to press into your feet to begin to lift your hips up on the inhale. Deep breathing in. Begin to roll up the length of the spine. And this is where we'll grab a prop, block, or pillow to be placed beneath our sacrum, the flat part of our back. And we can choose any height. I recommend that we start at the lowest, because as we've discovered, as we breathe into these shapes, we naturally begin to open a little bit more. So start small and remember, as we begin to feel more, open up more, then we go deeper with the support of our breath. So finding support, if you have it, fingertips are reaching out toward the heels, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, even here. Stay open across front side body, take a full breath in. And deep exhale all the way out. Let it go. Lungs fully expand. Take a big exhale. Deep breath. Expand belly, ribs, up through the heart. Exhale from the heart space, contract your ribs, down to your belly. Try that again. Deep breathing in, belly expands. through the ribs and the heart space. Exhale from the heart space, contract your ribs down to your belly, navel to spine. Together one more time. Big breath in. Start at the bottom, the belly, ribs, heart. Exhale from the heart, ribs, belly. And then keep going. What does that mean? That means stay with your breath, right? The beautiful rhythm that has supported us, right? This whole experience. The very same breath that got you to show up here today to practice. There's strength in that. Feel it. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Keep going. Remember, strive for full exhales. Maybe begin to notice that you could go deeper in this shape if you feel it may be available without force. You have option here to change the height of your block. Maybe you make it higher. Second option, if you would like, you can extend your legs out long down the length of the mat. And we'll be able to breathe a little bit deeper into our hip flexors. Both options are great. You can also stay exactly where you are. As you shift the shape, if you notice the quality of your breath changes, right? If it becomes short, deep, short or shallow, right? That's your cue to maybe back off a little bit, right? Realign with a shape that will allow you to breathe, and then go deeper. If you've extended your legs, you can also extend the arms up overhead. Reach out for your fingertips. And then find breath here. Big inhales. And deep exhales. Again, breathe fully. Exhale deeply. Keep going. Breathe it all the way out. And that's it. We'll take 3 more full cycles of breath here. Feeling the breath move through the in and out and around our entire being. Awareness still on the breath, noticing our potential here now. As we begin to align the channels of love, healing, and most importantly, energy within our bodies, minds, our souls here today. We've created space for the abundance in which we seek. So coming back to intention as you take a full breath. Deep breath all the way out. Do that one more time. Take your biggest inhale, inhale, inhale. Deepest exhale. Coming back to breath, we'll begin to release this shape. If you've extended your legs long, I'm going to ask you to slide them back in the position that they were, so feet are beneath your knees. Everyone, I'm going to ask you to ground through your feet. Go ahead and lift your hips high. Just take the block out from beneath you if you used it. Place it to the side. Neutralizing spine once again, extending legs long down the length of the mat. Begin to reach the arms up overhead, point through fingers and toes, big breath. And then as you exhale, draw the knees in toward the heart space, wrap arms around shins, give a little squeeze. And now bring your arms out to the side in T. Palms will face up toward the ceiling. Knees are over the hips, take a full breath. And then as you exhale, you can drop your knees over to the right side. And you'll turn your head out toward the left. Slide your hips to the center of the mat. If you find your knees don't touch, that's okay. Again, use your props. If you have blocks or pillows, you can place it between. Supine twist here to really open right front side body to alleviate any pressure we felt from the spine. And then to begin to quiet down. Right? Even more, it's possible. Take our few twists. Again, arrive in rest to reconnect with the earth energy. Most importantly, allow it to release, right? Draw out of our beings anything that's not serving us. So if it's barriers of negative thought, right? Self-speak, we have the opportunity to let that go. To draw in what will be positive, right? What will illuminate your intention so that it becomes your reality. Head is turned out toward left side. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Big inhale. And deep exhale. Relax both shoulder blades down onto the earth. Do that once more. Great big breath. Exhale all the way out. And then as you inhale, you can begin to come back through center. And then we'll move to the opposite side. Scoot the hips to the center of the mat, knees to the left. Head will turn out toward the right. Over the right shoulder. Take a big breath in. Deep exhale all the way out. If you haven't already, close the eyes back down. Continue to move inward, to tune in. Where is the mind here? Big breath. Let it go. Go ahead, come back through center. Release any props if you've used them. And you can stretch the legs long, reach out with the fingertips. And then one more time, pull the knees back in, draw them in tight. Squeeze, rock a little bit back and forth, side to side. We're going to prepare for our final shape here, our Shavasana. It's the most important part here. It's where everything that is not serving us, we have the opportunity to release. And within that, right, space of rest and renewal. Right, a rebirth, so that when we step off our mats, we're lighter. Right, more aligned with true self and intention. So beginning to release the legs long down the length of the mat. You can allow your feet to go as wide as your mat and lengthen the arms out to the sides. Allow the palms to again face up toward the ceiling for receptivity. Eyes are closed. We'll breathe in through the nose. Enjoy a big sigh out the mouth. Let it go. Twice more. Deep breath in. Fill the lungs. Lift the heart. Full sigh out. Release. Last one. Biggest breath. Inhale. 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 Let it all go as you exhale. Release your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Soften the jaw so the teeth are separate. Allow the tongue to lay heavy in the mouth, relaxing even more. Allow the forehead to unwrinkle. Space between the eyebrows to fill with ease. Relax the corners of the eyes. Have full permission to let go here. Just for a few moments here in time and space. Allowing the body to rest easy on the earth. Say let go, because I'll be here to guide us out. Let's quiet the mind, quiet the body. I'll be here for you in a few moments. You have the option to stay here for as long as you choose. If you'd like to enjoy a longer Shavasana, of course you have that freedom. If you're ready to close practice right now, I'm going to ask you to reconnect with your breath by finding a big inhale. And deep exhale. Breathe a little bit bigger, again for the heart lift. Exhale, allow the navel to fall toward the spine. Once more, find a big breath in. Exhale all the way out and let it go. Continue to breathe. And welcome some movement back into the body so you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll out the wrists, the ankles, and allow this movement to trickle through you to bring you back into here, moment and body. Legs can begin to pull together and rise the arms up overhead on a breath in. Reach the fingers, the toes, get long, stretch out, reawaken. And then as you exhale, draw the knees back in toward the chest last time, but giving yourself a hug. So bind the arms around the shins, draw the forehead in toward the knees. Moment of self-love here, right? Thank you, body. Thank you, mind, for bringing me here. To show up again, that's the hardest part.
And then just support me all the way through. When I say me, it's you. Right, so draw everything in, squeeze tight. And then you can go ahead, roll over to your side body. We'll pause here for one more moment. Right, arm as a pillow, hand in front of the heart, resting on the floor, deep breathing. And exhaling. Take one more breath. And breathe it all the way out. I'm going to ask you to ground through your palm, and we'll bring ourselves up to easy seat last time. And now just to close practice. So finding sit bones on the earth, keep your eyes closed if you can, cross up your legs. Sitting tall, feeling the shoulders stack over the hips. Allowing the hands to rest in the lap. Lifting through the heart, take a big inhale. And exhale. Now feeling hopefully more grounded in ourselves, our unique truth selves. We spent the last hour nourishing those connections, building trust, and most importantly, confidence in our own unique beings. That took work, that took dedication to arrive here. So I ask you to thank yourself, as well as I thank you. That's true strength, to follow through, and to be here now. So take a big breath in. Big sigh out with a smile. And I thank you. The light within me honors and respects the light that resides within you. And my name is Christianne. I'm here today with my movement, the practice of YIN Yoga. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.